Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Mary Guirovich and I am a career planning strategist. What that means is I help women across the country advance in their careers through career planning. Most people think that you have to switch jobs to get ahead in your career, but I think if you love the work that you're doing, you enjoy the people that you work with, that you should advance right where you are. If you are looking to get promoted, I have a free gift for you, the Boost Your Confidence and Get a Promotion cheat sheet. And if you would like that, the link will be in the description, and you can also comment below and my team can send that over to you. Now, on today's video, what I want to do is I want to talk about what's right for you, right? There's a lot of different people out there, and maybe you've been taught that, hey, I should get some advice. I should get some help with my career. Or maybe you're struggling in your career and you feel like, shouldn't I just have this all figured out? Why would I need to hire anyone, or why would I even need to talk to someone about my career? I know that's how it was when I was starting off in my career. After I graduated from college and I got that first job, I just thought career advancement was something that you did. It's just something that naturally happened. The company would have a process and everybody just kind of advanced at the same rates in the same ways, and there was kind of a system built in. Well, what I learned after getting into the career field is that there are not clear systems, even in organizations that have career paths. Oftentimes, the career paths aren't followed, not everybody goes through it in the same way, or some people are at an advantage or even at a disadvantage within those career paths. And with that being said, oftentimes we can feel stuck in our careers, we can feel undervalued, we can feel uncertain, and we can really want more for our careers, but because our boss isn't approaching us for advancement, we can start to have self-doubt and really start to think, maybe I'm not right for this position. I know that was me years ago. My husband was telling me, Mary, how capable I was, right? He was saying, Mary, you should be an executive at your organization. And I would tell my husband all of my new details and all of the little reasons, the mistakes that I made, and how I wasn't like the person that was in the position, why I shouldn't advance into this role. Well, the truth is that everyone makes mistakes, and you don't have to be exactly like that person to be able to get into the role. But here's the thing, as I was stuck, I wasn't thinking, let me go out and hire someone to help me in my career. I had some mentors within the organization and a few outside of the organization, but I really wasn't looking for that. I didn't even know that it existed. And so maybe you've never heard of a career coach, maybe you've never heard of a career counselor, or maybe you think it's if you're just trying to find a job, but you've never heard of one for getting promoted. In this video today, I want to talk to you about the difference between mentors, sponsors, career counselors, and career coaches so you can determine which one is right for you. And before we dive in, I just want to remind us all, right? It's okay to ask for help. When we are stuck in things, we actually need to ask for help. And we kind of have this false sense of we should just be the expert in everything. This is what social media has brought to us. This is what YouTube has brought to us. I love YouTube. Here we are, we're able to learn all of these new things. But the truth is that we can see so much that we can feel like, man, I should just know how to do these things. And I want to share with you a quick story before we dive in. And because right now I'm actually in the middle of designing our backyard. We moved into our home almost a year ago now, and our backyard is just like, it's this big mud pit. And I am from the north, I'm from Pennsylvania, and up there grass just grows. But now I live in San Antonio, Texas, and here it is like a chore to grow grass. But I've had grass at my previous home, so I'm like, I can do this. I can figure this out. And so the first thing that I started to do was like till up the land, get it soft, make sure it was getting watered, right? Making sure we had enough water getting on the grass, clean up all the leaves, and really trying to get the nutrients to the grass. Then we got some fertilizer, we put down some additional seed. But with all of these efforts, the grass wasn't growing. And here I had spent hundreds of dollars and no more grass. Actually, in areas, we actually killed some of the grass because we were trying to get it to grow in other areas. And so I have this kind of disaster going on in my backyard. And here's the thing though, right? I should just know how to grow grass, shouldn't I? I shouldn't have to hire a coach. I shouldn't have to have a mentor in order to grow grass. It doesn't seem like something we should have to do. But the truth is that whenever we have a coach, whenever we have a mentor, whenever we have other people in our life that know what they're doing a little bit better than we do, we actually are at a huge advantage because we can waste less time and we can not throw our money away by trying things that just aren't going to work. Because here's the things I never considered when I was trying to fix my land. I never really considered that perhaps it's just not getting enough sun. Perhaps it's all the shade that is causing the problem. I also never considered maybe it's the hardness of the soil. And what I would later come to find out is that the grass in the neighborhood actually was pretty terrible when people first built their homes, and most people's grass has died off and people have had to put in all new sod. This is all information I didn't have until I started talking to other people and I started learning from others. And so right now, as I go to redo the backyard, not only get grass in, build a patio and do some other things in the backyard, I'm not trying to figure out how do I do all of this myself, right? Because I know that I need to hire someone to help me with these things. And so the same is true for you in your career. If you feel stuck in your career, maybe you've tried some things and you're just not getting the advancement the way that you want, then it might be time to enlist some help. Okay, so let's talk about the different areas and ways that we can have help. So the first one is a mentor. You can have a mentor, and you can have mentors in work and outside of work. And so mentors are great. I highly recommend that people have mentors, but mentors are not the only thing that you need to get promoted. Now, here is what a mentor does. A mentor shares with you what their experience was and how they got to success. And so it's basically based off of their experience. That's what mentors typically do. They have learned some lessons and they say, hey, you can avoid the same troubles I had. Try it this way. And so they are pointing you towards success in the same way that they got there. Now, while this can be great, there also can be challenges. So especially for us as women, if our mentors are men, which oftentimes my mentors were men, and I didn't even realize this, but the problem is that we view everybody in society differently. We just do. Our perception is based off of how we were raised in our childhood. Our perceptions are also based off of the experiences that we have now, the experiences we have had. And because of all of the experiences, the different things that we've read, the different things that we've seen, all of these things affect the way that we think. And so when you are looking for a mentor, you want to find someone that has already been where you're going or is above where you want to be, right? So mentors, they don't have to be older than you, but they should have a level of success that you want to achieve and you haven't achieved yet. I've heard it said like this, and I think it's so wise. You don't want to take advice from the guy that doesn't have a shirt on his back. And whether that's the girl or the guy that doesn't have a shirt on his back, if he doesn't have a shirt on his back, then he doesn't have a shirt to give, right? And so you want a mentor that has been where you want to be, and that person's going to know better on how to get there. But what you want to watch out for is they're not going to know everything because they're basing it all off of their thoughts, their perceptions. And most mentors are just telling you, yeah, this is how it worked for me. But it might not be the same for you. You might not feel comfortable with what they're telling you, or perhaps, what worked for them won't work for you. Maybe you're in a different organization. Maybe you have a different manager. Maybe you are a different sex because it just does work a little differently. And that's just kind of how the world works. So we have to figure out, okay, how do we overcome this? The same way grass doesn't grow the same that it grows in Pennsylvania as it does in Texas. It's similar, but it's not identical. And the same thing is true for your career if you've got a male mentor versus a female mentor. But perhaps, they've had other females that they've mentored and they've helped to successfully succeed, in which case that can be helpful. So the second thing is a sponsor. A sponsor is different than a mentor. A mentor is just someone who's giving you advice and kind of helping you along. But it could be more of a formal, hey, we're going to meet type of a thing. But a sponsor is really someone that takes an invested interest in you within your organization. And their role is really to help you advance in the organization. So when they're sitting at tables in rooms where you're not at, they are putting your name forward. They are saying, hey, this person would be great for this role. This person would be good for this opportunity. And they're really helping to advance you in your career. And if you can get a sponsor, if your organization has sponsors, then I highly suggest you get a sponsor. See, here's the thing. When it comes to mentors, sponsors, and coaches, you can actually have all three. It's not bad to have more than one, but if you can have a sponsor, then that's great because you've got somebody on the inside circle. You just want to make sure, once again, just like the mentor, they're kind of in the direction that you want to go, or they're very clear on where you want to go and what you want to do and what's important to you. And you want to make sure that this person really believes in you, right? It's not just, hey, they just got assigned to you, but you want someone that really is giving you opportunities. And you can just kind of see this. How do they talk to you? Are they positive? Are they encouraging? Are they giving you advice on how to continue to advance? Are you getting opportunities? If you feel like, hey, this relationship isn't very good, then it may be time to switch sponsors. Okay, career counselors, the third type. A career counselor is someone who works, typically a lot of career counselors, they're not always at universities, but a lot of career counselors work at universities, colleges, or kind of like career centers. This is where career counselors work. And they are really trained on careers in an academic standpoint. So they usually know a lot about like strength finder tests, maybe the DISC assessments. They know about different assessments to be able to assess your skills and your abilities. And they help you to find gaps, and they can help you to plan kind of where you want to go. And so there's someone that is encouraging, and they're more not like a therapist, but they're really there to help guide you along the journey that you feel like you want to go on. And they may be telling you, hey, you need to get this additional education, this additional certification, but they're really looking at everything. A lot of career counselors, there's kind of like a code that they have to follow. They have to go through specific training. And so it's really kind of confined to what they can teach. Everything has to be proven in a certain way, but what is that actual result? It's all over the place. Now, I recommend career counselors depending on where you're at in your career. I worked with career counselors. I help teach at universities now. I do keynotes, and I work with career counselors. They are amazing. You want to have career counselors at that point in your life. But if you are later on in life and you are struggling in your career, you may want to find a career coach instead. And here's why I say this. Here's what a career coach does. So there's lots of different types of career coaches, okay? And currently there's not a technical certification for career coaches. I know myself personally, I have 2 different coach certifications. And a coach is different from a counselor because counseling is really talking through the things that you're experiencing. Coaching more says you already have the answers inside. You already know. And so coaching more is based off of questions and giving, yes, we do some mentoring, we do some training, but really what we're trying to do is figure out, what do you want and how do we get you to where you want to go? Now, when it comes to career coaching, there's a variety of different career coaches. So if you're looking for a career coach, you want to find one that really has your best interest in mind, right? Because one thing is, whenever you come to work with somebody shouldn't be telling you necessarily what to do, like a ironclad fist. You have to do it this way. This is the only way. But, if they have a process to success, then that is going to make the career coach better, because that means that there is a system to help you succeed. You also want to look for a career coach that has been where you want to go. So that person, just like the mentor, just like the sponsor, that person should have been on that journey, the same journey that you want to be on. They should have achieved that result. And so whatever that result is, maybe it's switching into a new career field. Maybe it's like I teach, learning how to earn promotions and raises at rapid rates and get into those executive ranks. Or maybe it's just switching jobs, right? And a lot of career coaches focus in that area. I'm actually one of the very few career coaches that help women or help people advance in their careers. Most people and most coaches are really helping people advance by telling them to switch jobs, which I don't always think is the best option. But that's why you want to find a career coach that's willing to really understand where you're at, really listen to you, take time to listen to you, and then help you formulate a plan based off of your information. Because here's the thing, when you have a career coach, a seasoned career coach, it's our job. I study careers. That is my job. I study careers. I study businesses. I study career advancement. I study hiring trends. I study all of these trends to really understand, hey, if you're a remote worker and you want to advance, this is what we need to do. Or if you are working in an office, if you're at this level and you want to get to this level, this is what we need to do. And so it's really studying these things. And so when you talk to a career coach, some of the questions you may want to ask them is if they have any actual coaching certifications. They may have certifications in some of the assessments, just like the career counselors do. They may haven't even been certified through organizations like the National Career Association. And so there's different associations out there that actually certify career coaches. But that doesn't mean that the career coach is going to be your best choice. Because once again, I always believe that you should find somebody that has been where you're looking to go. That person has actually had the experience and not just the knowledge of how to do it, but they've actually built it, right? So it's like if you're going to have somebody build you a home, you're actually going to want to know that, hey, this person has built a home before, not just that they know the steps to build a home. It's the same way with me planning my outside, remodel. Right now, I know the steps, but I haven't actually physically laid a concrete patio. I haven't actually put a pavilion on. I actually haven't, done some of the things that we're going to be doing in this backyard. So those wouldn't be things that I would really be qualified to coach on. And the same thing is true whenever it comes to career coaching. When you're looking for that coach, you just want to find somebody that aligns with you. You feel like you've got that great energy and they have been where you want to go. And that person should have a proven process and method to help you advance in your career. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. Now you know all about mentors, sponsors, career counselors, and career coaches. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, like, and share this video. And if you would like someone to speak into your career, then I would love to set up a time to chat with you. You can click in the description below to sign up for your free Accelerated Career Clarity Call, where we will spend 45 minutes together talking about where you're at in your career, where you want to go, what your goals are, so we can formulate a plan to get you there in record time.